fucking shooting a man with your last bullet, and he stands there, unfazed.
All right, folks, I figured we might as well continue our coverage of this breaking news situation late into the night because the situation obviously continues to change and unfold and develop. So that said, I'm glad you're with us. I wish it were under better circumstances, but I'm now going to operate under the assumption that the entire civilized world now knows what happened. They know there was an attempted assassination of President Donald Trump tonight. But, you know, I at least perhaps want to share a sliver of good news, which is that we can now officially confirm that Donald Trump appears to be okay. It appears that he is in good health and good spirits because we were watching the motorcade, right? So it left the rally, sped out, only spent, from what I calculated, about 2 to 3 hours at the hospital. So really not all that much. And then this is breaking as of just a couple minutes ago. Check it out. Here is a video of Donald Trump getting off of the plane in New Jersey, basically to go back home and rest after that entire situation. So check it out. By the way, is that the same suit he was wearing at the rally? Because if so, that's pretty gangster. You know, you don't even change clothes. But, with that said, okay, that's certainly good news. That's great news. Trump is okay. Obviously, the same cannot be said of at least one innocent bystander who was killed by the missed shots of this attempted assassin. And apparently other people are in critical condition. And so I don't want to downplay that. That is unspeakable tragedy, right? You know, the assassin, this dirty, evil person, failed to even hit what he was aiming at by some type of miracle, it would seem. But in the process, also hurts, and in this case, kills, people who had nothing to do with this, right? They're just attendees of the rally. They're not Trump. They were not the target here. And so on many levels, just a completely tragic situation. But silver lining, I guess, is that Trump, the 45th and 47th president, is doing okay. Now, that said, Donald Trump did release a statement on the entire situation that I would like to read here. So check this out. So here is Donald J. Trump on Truth Social. He says, "I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead, but I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so then I realized what was happening. God bless America." And by the way, let me just say that in spite of the bigger picture in this situation, the way that Donald Trump has handled it has been completely gangster. I mean, from the moment that Trump went down, and instead of hurrying off and escaping with Secret Service, he literally tells them to stop so that way he can turn to the crowd, pump his fist, and tell them that everything is okay, to the fact that even now, I mean, you saw him, he was only in the hospital for a couple hours. He walks out wearing the same suit. He was saying this on Truth Social. It's good news, to say the least. And again, I don't say that to downplay everything else that happened here with these other victims. But, I think in many ways, that single image of Trump pumping his fist at the crowd when blood is running down his face, I mean, that is legendary. Like, that is going to be remembered as one of the most important photographs potentially in U.S. history. And I think in many ways, you see him, especially in that picture on the ground, perhaps, again, trying to make a silver lining of what is objectively a bad situation here, perhaps a sliver of hope, for the current state that America is in, which is ultimately this. I mean, we are obviously a nation in a lot of peril, a lot of trouble, and I don't have to tell you that. But maybe the inspiration, I think, long after Donald Trump is gone and maybe particular policies of him are forgotten, the story, the legend of Donald Trump, I've always thought is going to be the most important legacy of his presidency, which is, in the future, maybe things will get worse, or maybe we need motivation as patriots to keep pushing, keep fighting for what's right in this country. Ultimately, we are going to remember and we are going to tell our kids about the legend of the man who came down that golden escalator. Everyone was against him. Even this happened to him. And in that moment, when blood was running down his face, he turned to the people and he wanted to let the people know that, he was with them. I mean, truly, again, not trying to downplay anything else, but that is legendary. That is just straight up gangster. So, there's the news on the Trump front. We also got the announcement as of about a couple minutes ago that the FBI is now going to be handling the investigation into the shooting. And this is the official statement here. It says, FBI statement on the incident in Butler, Pennsylvania. The FBI has assumed the role of the lead federal law enforcement agency in the investigation of the incident involving former President Trump. Special agents of the FBI Pittsburgh field office responded immediately, et cetera, et cetera. Let me just say on that front, by the way, this is the other piece of breaking news we have in this video, that I understand that this is the FBI's jurisdiction, this is the FBI's authority, but any American who knows the story behind the JFK assassination and how so much was covered up there, let me just say, obviously there's a lot of questions about what happened tonight. There's a lot of questions about Secret Service. How did they allow that to happen? How did the shooter manage to get on such an open platform like that? Look, I'm not here to spread conspiracy theories. I'm not here to say anything. All I am going to state is that perhaps it would be smart. Let the FBI do their investigation, sure, but also maybe have a third party looking this over and verifying maybe the things that the FBI is coming to conclusions in terms of, or finding, right? Because, again, objectively, and I mean this sincerely, okay? I do not have a verdict on what I think really happened tonight, right? I think it's objectively true. There was a total failure insecurity from Secret Service. This is not a freak accident we couldn't have seen coming. How do you not secure the one rooftop that is less than 150 yards away from where the president is speaking? Like I said this on the stream, but I'll say it again. I know nothing about Secret Service. I know nothing about security. But let me just say, okay, if you threw me in charge, if you threw 99, maybe 100% of you guys in charge, you might not know all the different security protocols and things to watch out for. But I think one thing you would objectively know is that if the president is speaking outdoors, the rooftop that is less than 150 yards away from him, you should probably secure, right? Because we know what happened to JFK. That is a prime spot to do so. So obviously, a huge failure on Secret Service part. A lot of people are speculating, right? A lot of people have these different theories. Is this what happened? Is that what happened? Was there some type of inside thing going on? Again, I'm not saying that those things are true at this time whatsoever. All I am saying is that I want the facts to come out and I want to ultimately find out the truth, right? Was it just gross negligence, or was there some type of malicious thing? Or, is the Biden cuts to the Secret Service that we may talk about in an upcoming video, did that have something to do with it? The issue with all of it is, again, knowing what happened to JFK and all of that, if we have the FBI in charge of investigating the situation, who knows if we'll ever get to the bottom of the truth, right? And again, I'm not jumping to conspiracy theories. I'm saying we want the truth, but I'm not sure that I trust the FBI, again, not just because of Joe Biden, although that is, a reason enough, but on a bigger picture, because of the long history of what they've done with the administrative state and a lot of shady instances like this we've seen in the past that have not really, we never really got the truth about. And I think even right now, it feels like we're taking forever to get an ID of the shooter. And don't get me wrong, they'll give it, 24 to 48 hours. But I think the longer this goes, where they can't even give us an ID or a name of the shooter, the more that screams Lee Harvey Oswald, right? Like something is not very transparent here. Again, I'm not even spreading conspiracy theories. I'm just saying it's not very transparent. So I don't know, folks, but there is the breaking news as of the hour. I'm recording this around between 1 to 2 a.m. Eastern time. So there's your news. We might stay up all night here and let you know some more. But yeah, for now, that is the news. Pray for our president. Pray for the victims tonight. Pray for our country. But there you have it.